Nice form.
Perfect. Nailed it.
Great.
Who offers their blessing for this woman to marry this man?
I do.
Oh, love you too. Thank you. Oh. Okay, let's do this. Now let the. Yeah, we're good. Now I can see your face.
No sneezing, though.
Okay.
Remember. Friends and family, we are gathered here today to join Tyler and Sharalynn in holy matrimony. If any person can show just cause why these two shall not be wed today, let them speak now or forever hold their peace.
I will fucking do it.
All right, we are good. Thank you, everyone, for joining us here today, whether you're here with us live in person or you're watching us on video. It's a bit ironic that in a time where social distancing is the standard and we're supposed to stay 6 feet away from each other, that we're here to bring together two people who are absolutely in love. Beautiful, beautiful thing. It's kind of funny where Atlantis Morissette had joked about it was ironic that you'd have rain on your wedding day, but I don't think she had any idea about coronavirus and the impact that it was going to have on their wedding. And I know for a fact that these two are going to be a successful couple and have a great marriage, even if it's just by the way that they've handled all of the stress and planning and replanning of having to coordinate everything on their end. It's a whirlwind. They kept rolling with the punches, fighting through, and they were able to get everything kind of put together so we're all here on this beautiful day. It was kind of a lesson in Marriage 101. Marriage isn't always easy, but if you work together as one, you can accomplish anything together. The marriage needs the help of a community of friends and family who will stand there by the couple during hard times and during their happy times. I'd like to take a minute to recognize the family members of Tyler and Sharalynn. Thank you for your love, your support, and devotion as they grew from adolescence into the two wonderful people who are standing before us here today. We thank you for teaching them strong bonds of value and respect and supporting their pursuit of creating a life together. And to their friends, you guys are here because of their special relationship with them, the times that you've shared, and the impact that you had on their lives. And the rest of you, yep, you guys that are watching this on YouTube in your PJs, we also thank you for being here too, and thanks for dressing up. On a more serious note, I would like to take a moment, just a brief moment, to pay our personal respects in remembrance of those who are not able to be here with us today, whose journeys who have taken them to better places. Although they have passed on from this life, they are still here with us today in spirit. At this time, we ask you to take a moment of silence for their memory. Thank you. Whether you're here with us today in person or you're watching this on demand, Tyler and Sharalynn thank you for being with us to witness their special day. And they now ask for your blessing, encouragement, and lifelong support for their decision to be married. Now, technically, you don't even need a ceremony to have a marriage. Planning a wedding is hard enough, and you guys have had to do it twice, probably more than that at this point, because of the state shutdown. Yeah. Thanks a lot, COVID. You know, you guys could have just called me over. We could have done the paperwork in your living room over a couple cocktails, and that would have been that. It would have been
I tried.
Yeah. She wasn't having it. It would have saved you guys a lot of headaches with the planning and the replanning of everything, but what is the deal with weddings? Why do we do these ceremonies? Ultimately, love is the reason that we're here. That's the reason that you two are standing here, and that's the reason that the rest of you guys have come today to watch them stand here. All of us have our own love stories. Some of them are short, some of them are long, and others are just getting to the good part. As Deadpool says, love is a beautiful thing. When you find it, the whole world smells like a daffodil daydream. A daydream, yes, but marriage is perhaps one of the greatest and most challenging adventures in all of human relationships. No matter how great of a reverend I am, which I am pretty good, no ceremony can create your marriage. Only you can do that, through love and patience and dedication and perseverance, but also through tenderness and laughter, and by learning to let the important things matter while letting go of the things that don't. What this ceremony can do, however, is witness and affirm the choice that you've made to stand together as eternal sidekicks, like Batman and Robin. Oh, no, maybe more like Hit Girl and Kick-Ass. That'd probably be a fitting, what am I trying to say?
Duo.
Example,
Duo.
thank you, Jesus. Duo, that would have worked also. Now I lost my spot. All right. So regardless if you're a superhero or a regular person, no matter who you are, two people in love don't live in isolation. Their love is a source of strength from which they may nurture not only each other, but the entire world around them. And in turn, we, their community of friends and family, we have a responsibility to this couple. By our steadfast care, respect, and love, we can support their marriage and the new family that they're creating here today. Tyler and Sharalynn come together from different backgrounds and experiences. And by joining in marriage today, they don't necessarily just leave those behind. Rather, they're forming a larger family that harbors support and love. Their confidence in their future has brought them here today to enter into marriage. And though this is a new chapter in their story, the other chapters should never be forgotten, because that's what brought them here, to this place, on this day, in this moment. And just because it's your wedding day and you're getting married, it's not going to change anything about your relationship. After you get hitched, you'll still continue to be each other's movie date, partner in crime, and best friend. It's important to realize that you are two separate people with different ideas, and that you don't belong to each other, but you belong with each other. You're like two puzzle pieces with the weird curvy edges, and once you put them together, you can start to see the picture on top. It's another little Deadpool. I figured you would. Yeah. The process of getting married is much more than your signatures on a legal contract. This iPad. Hold on.
Pin is 1, 2, 3, 4, I think.
I know. Where did it go?
What was that about being the best?
Killing it.
There we go. All right. Something about a legal contract, right? You're promising that with that legal contract to be with each other and only each other for the rest of your lives, and that you will do everything in your power to honor the promises that you're making here today. Marriage is a lifelong pursuit. It's one of the greatest and most challenging adventures that you guys can embark upon. Please give the highest priority and time and attention that your marriage needs and deserves. This new journey is going to be richly rewarding at times, but it also will be extremely difficult. But most important, it will be a journey that you guys take together. Your love for each other will grow with each passing day, yet it is your willingness to accept each other's strengths and weaknesses with patience and understanding that is the foundation of a healthy marriage. Now, a marriage can only be entered by people who are both legally and spiritually free to offer themselves to each other. Therefore, in the presence of the Lord of hosts, in this chapter of your life, Tyler and Sharalynn, have you come here freely, without reservation, to give yourselves to each other in matrimony?
Yes.
We all
Real
hope
good.
so.
Please don't
She's
check
gripping my hand pretty tight. I have to say yes.
You done, son?
Feel like
Do we
it's
have
not
the
appropriate to
rings?
hit you during the...
It's fine.
Today, wedding rings, you can just hold on to them for right now. We're good. Today, wedding rings symbolize a connection, completeness, and eternity. Wedding bands are visible, tangible symbols of the bond of commitment between a husband and a wife. When you give a ring to someone in marriage, you are giving them a symbol of your eternal love. And by exchanging these rings, you acknowledge that your lives remained joined in one unbroken circle. Wherever you go, you will always return to your shared life together. May these rings forever remind you of the pledge to one another, and that your love is the most precious element in your lives. When you exchange your vows, you are going to be making a promise to each other. A promise that you will be there for one another and to always love and support the other. To truly say every day for the rest of my life, I actually want you to be here. Which, after 7 weeks alone in quarantine, I think you guys have kind of figured that out.
Nailed it.
When you exchange the rings... Oh, excuse me. When you exchange the rings, it's a symbol and a reminder of the promises that you're making. It's often said that wedding rings represent a circle that has no beginning and no end. But these rings did have a beginning. The stones were formed long ago. Through a series of events, they were dug up, polished, and made beautiful. The metal was heated to thousands of degrees, molded, and polished to perfection. These elements were crafted into something extraordinary. Much like love, they come from humble beginnings. As you look at your rings over the years, please remember them as a symbol of your love for each other. Protect them, and I hope that you remember the bond that you guys have created between you two today. So we'll start with Tyler. All right, Tyler. Do you, Tyler, take Sharalynn to be your wife, friend, faithful partner, and to love her from this day forward? In the presence of your family and friends, do you solemnly vow to be a faithful partner in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad, and in joy as well as sorrow? Do you promise to love Sharalynn unconditionally, to support her goals, to honor and to respect her, to love, laugh, and cry with her, and cherish her as long as you both shall live?
I do.
So please look into Sharalynn's eyes, place the ring on her hand.
Too late.
Boom. With this ring, I be wed.
With this ring, I be wed.
All right, so... So Sharalynn, do you take Tyler to be your husband, friend, and faithful partner? In the presence of your family and friends, do you solemnly vow to be his faithful partner in sickness and in health, in good times and in bad, in joy and in sorrow? Do you promise to love Tyler unconditionally, support him in his goals, to honor and respect him, to laugh and cry with him, and to cherish him as long as you both shall live?
I do.
So then place the ring on his finger and say, with this ring, I thee wed.
With this ring, I thee wed.
Perfect. You both have chosen to enter into the promise of marriage by pledging your love and devotion with your vows, and then you sealed those vows with the exchange of your rings. Therefore, by the immense and boundless power vested in me by the state of Minnesota, I pronounce you husband and wife. You may kiss your bride. Get it! One more. It's my very distinct honor to introduce you to for the first time, Mr. and Mrs. Tyler and Sharalynn Rife.
Okay.
I feel like you start singing I'm sexy and I know it.
Yeah, see, we should have planned that. That would have been perfect.
I don't know all the lyrics. I just know that.
Do 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 do
Here
do.
we go, feeling it.
Doing it.
You're not just LL Cool J.
Were you hinting that we should have named him Brad?
I don't know. It's so weird calling him Tyler.
That was great.
Yeah, I don't know how to do that.
Could have went with the middle name.
Got any more pedals left?
We're fine. Congrats.
Thank you.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Toughest one you ever had to do just to not say Rod.
Yeah, it was. And it says Tyler. I texted him and I was like, so you want me to call you Raj instead of Tyler, right? I was like, I know I'm going to fuck up even if I'm staring at Tyler.
Thank you so much. That would have been hard.